Wake up, people. We are on the verge of something crazy happening. I'm not trying to sound like I'm wearing a tinfoil hat here, but I'm pretty sure 2025 is going to be a wild ride. So before...
Welcome back, guys. Glad you can make it. First things first, leave your expectations at the door as we delve into these clips today. Now let's go.
So that by the year 2025, not only America, but the entire planet will be under the protection and the dominion of this power alliance. The gains have been substantial, both for ourselves and for you, the human power elite. You have given us entree to the resources we need in our ongoing quest for multidimensional expansion. And in return, the per capita income of each of you here tonight has grown, in this year alone, by an average 39%. And I've just received word that our forces have won a major victory. The underground terrorist network has been destroyed here on the West Coast. We are off crisis alert. The situation is normal again.
How you doing, boys?
Whether you want to be tied to a conspiracy theorist or not, there's something at play. Right, this might just be a coincidence with the years, but they kind of knew loosely that they're at power and that we mean nothing and stuff like that. So you can't deny that bit. You can't keep denying the coincidences, or else you're a coincidence theorist. And we're just conspiracy theorists, but you are more accepted by society. It's crazy to me. We need to be as one and watch out for what's coming, because something's coming. Something is coming.
Okay. How much do you actually believe in coincidence? Serious question. Okay, are you trying to tell me that two guys who worked at the same army base, Fort Bragg, didn't know each other, allegedly, went out independently of each other to a car rental place, the same car rental place, and both rented trucks, and then went off and committed the most recent atrocities we've just heard about in the news? Okay, coincidence? Well, let me just add to that for you. Do you remember the guy that tried to take out Trump recently at his golf club? And they caught him. That guy visited Fort Bragg at the same time that the other two guys were there 147 times. Let that sink in. 147 times before he went on to try and take out Trump. Coincidence? Maybe. Unlikely. Now, if this is making you think, hang on a second, trying to pull the wool over our eyes, a bit fishy going on here, then you might want to go and listen to a recent interview that Sarah Adams, she's an ex-CIA operative, did on the Sean Ryan show. You can find it, it's all over TikTok. Go and have a look at that, it's very interesting. She talks about this, she talks about one of the guys in particular. It's a good listen. Coincidence, guys? What do you think?
And there you have it. Big example of coincidences. What do you think about that one then? Someone have explained it away as a coincidence. Right, let's move on.
The 40 million a week that comes on the airplane and comes into Afghanistan. The amount of money on the plane weekly is 43 million to 87 million. But one thing I want Americans to understand is in that bucket of the 40 million we send each week, we are paying basically welfare to the Taliban martyrs' families. So every Taliban member who died during the war with us, the US government is paying them a stipend, the family. So our families of Americans who died there aren't getting squat, but we are paying Taliban families for basically dying while attacking us.
Whoa.
We're funding that.
This is just enraging.
And you know, I asked a couple of people that question straight out, like, do you not think this is not ethically correct? And actually one person gave me an answer of, well, it'll stop them from joining ISIS. I'm like, the Taliban guy's already dead. They give you these bullshit excuses as to why they're funding our enemies and not paying attention to the fucking money.
Here's the thing. If she is ex-CIA or whatever she claims to be, which I'm not seeing anybody deny that, why would she say things like this? Is she lying? You can have literally people who have worked in these fields, whistleblowers, and still people will not believe them. They won't get on board with them. They'd rather call them crazy and ignore it. Blows my mind. What else do you want? You can lead a horse to water. And also, I just want to say, that just shows you how much to do for Ukraine and Iraq or whoever it is more than their own people. Is that a coincidence? They don't care about you. Our government don't care about us. Our government, Keir Starmer, he's a weirdo. Absolute weirdo. They grew up all in the same clubs. Freaks, handshake deals and... ugh. But America takes it to a new level because their thing affects the world. It has a knock-on effect around the world because they're the biggest country. By far.
I don't care what nobody say. Brandon Biggs is a paid actor. He just uploaded a video yesterday saying he got a call from another prophet in Australia saying something is going to happen to Trump at the rally on the 19th or the day before the rally. I'm not sure, but my spirit do not sit right with Brandon. Something is off. He's either working for them people or he's a straight up paid actor. I'm sorry.
From Australia that is pretty well known, and this person had a dream, and in the dream she told Billy that the dream was about Trump, and Trump was at a some kind of rally, and it was at a hockey rink, and he was fatally shot from the audience, and it was live on TV. And so she didn't know that he was going to do this rally in the next couple of days in Washington. So she looked up and seen if he was doing anything, basically trying to figure out anything she could about the dream she had. And she found out that the rally that he's going to have on the 19th is at a hockey basketball stadium. So it's very alarming when a watchman, another fellow watchman, is seeing another warning the people to pray that there is going to be an attempt on President Trump's life on the 19th, is what they're thinking. So Sister Billy asked me to have you all pray and intercede for President Trump.
Well then, here we are at the Trump clip. Do you believe he's going to be shot or not? You can't keep ignoring people, but he could be crazy, he could be making it up. Who knows? I know if I was Trump, I wouldn't want to take that risk. I'd have my wits about me, extra security, can afford it. They've tried everything. They've tried 2 assassination attempts, I think it is. They've tried to discredit him in the media, lie about him. Listen, I'm not a Trump supporter. Again, it means nothing to me. It's just obvious what you can see. If you're not on the opposite side and you have blinders on, whatever colour it is, red and blue, all that garbage, if you haven't got them blinders on, you can just literally see blatantly that they're trying to discredit him or trying to kill him off or trying to do something to not get him in power because he's going to expose certain people, and they know it because they all run in the same circles basically, and he knows stuff about them, and they know that he knows. They don't want that to happen. That's why Zuckerberg is up his arse now. And he's scrambling to look cool and more appealing to to us peasants who pay his wage. Do you know what I mean? Forget them all. Trump uses an RFK. Apparently they're good people. Apparently they're doing God's work and they're going to expose this. Healthcare interest. I do see clips about RFK. He looks like he's doing a good job. I'd rather support them, even though I don't care about politics. If I was an American, I'd rather support that. People who are trying to look after their children's health than people who are just trying to rob us blind, drive us into the ground for the extra penny. But again, my opinion means nothing. I don't even get engagement on this channel to interact with people anyway, so I could just talk freely. It doesn't matter to me. I'm a micro channel. What do you guys think?
You guys guys know that the reason that we can't save Gaza and we don't have health care and we don't have free education and life is misery is all for the same reason, right? Everything is connected. We realize that, right? It's all because there's a small class of people, the uber rich, who believe that they should get all of the money and all of the rest of us aren't even people, and that we should just go in a hole somewhere. And like, how can you blame them? I mean, the last few hundred years, you know, their ancestors thought that they could own human beings, and they're literally still living off of the profit of doing that. These people got used to 400 years of free labor, and they still think that it should be free. They think that they should never have to work, and that we should have to work, that we are beasts of burden for them. It's literally what they think. Capitalists and the rich are so stoked for right now because the status quo right now is literally so close to the times of slavery. It's never been closer. We literally have nothing, and we don't even realize it. That's the best part. They literally have us fighting over crumbs while they're eating the entire buffet, you know?
This is bang on the money. We are all slaves. When I say slaves, it's not to take away from all the African Americans who went through that slavery, because that was horrendous, and we can all agree on that. Oh, we should all agree on that. That was inhumane, and it went on for way too long. Should have never happened. But at the same time, everybody's a slave to capitalism, to greedy families at the top. I stress this. I mean, I can't stress this enough. I bang on about it all the time. There is billions of us. There's not billions of them. What are we scared of? People should just down tools. Don't buy anything. Just get what you need. Everybody stock up for a month, 2 months. Decide on a date. Shut down. No internet. Nothing. Shut down all communication just for like 3 days. 48 hours. Watch them crumble. The stocks will drop. They'll try and hang on. They'll be back soon. And if you just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, they'll have no choice but to give in. We'll have to strong arm them. No one will do that, because no one can turn the phones off, and they know that. Everyone's greedy. Everyone needs to be. Just turn your phone off, but everyone needs to agree on it, or else one person does it and they're missing out, and you have that FOMO. So I get it. And that's what they're banking on. So we all need to get on the same page, turn everything off, pick a date, buy no more food, no more nothing, already stocked up, try and go for as close to a week as you can. Don't pop out and say, oh, has anyone else done it yet? Just assume and trust that everybody else is doing it, so you're not logging on. That's my opinion. It's the only way we're going to win.
Of our podcast, the Dr. Stephen Greer podcast. And the reason we're starting this podcast now, rather emergently here today, is because we have a group of people who are in the process in the next 72 hours or so who will be coming forward with a great deal of information and evidence related to the UFO and NHI or extraterrestrial issue. And I think the public is going to need to have a source of perspective and context and analysis to go to. And so I feel that this is the time for me to start a podcast like this. We're going to be eager to let everyone, put the word out that we're doing this, because I think without the context and interpretation, understanding, there'll be too many opportunities for the disclosure of this information to be manipulated, go sideways, and create all kinds of confusion.
If there's one thing you take from this video, or one thing you do today, please let it be the Dr. Stephen Greer podcast. Save it, write it down, screenshot it, do something, and please tell somebody about it. This guy's at the forefront of the change in humanity. Disclosure, he's got people who trust in him, he's got enough credibility, and rightfully so. So people trust in him to tell the stories, to come to him anonymously if they want to be, and they can spread the word, and these are going to do it transparent, so everyone can see it. So then if the government do try anything, we can all see what's going on in real time. He's got a plan, and it's amazing. Just look into him if you haven't. If you have, fair play, save this, don't forget.
Taking a look at another wintertime Bigfoot encounter, but this one comes with some insane close-up evidence of Bigfoot's face, and let me just say it's terrifying. The video was uploaded to YouTube with the title Face of Bigfoot. The story goes like this. A trapper named Robert Ross, who lives in Nordegg, Alberta, Canada, stumbled upon an old abandoned campsite. He took notice to it as he was trekking through the vast Canadian forest. As he explored the site, he noticed, quote, a dark figure tucked up behind a tree. You can see a dark mass hiding behind the snow-covered trees. But then he manages to get a clear shot of its face, and he zooms in, and what he sees is straight out of a nightmare. The detail that stands out the most is its mouth. You can see a row of jagged, human-like teeth in the bottom of its mouth, a feature that looks extremely realistic and would be very, very hard to fake. We can also see its nostrils are flared, and some say they even seem to move slightly, which would indicate this creature is alive and breathing.
The reason I've shoved this Bigfoot clip in is because I need help. I can make out a little bit. I've zoomed in, my eyes aren't the best. If somebody could point out what he's talking about, with the teeth and the nose flaring, I really can't see it and it's driving me mental. That's it. That's all I've got to say about that. If you don't know Barbara O'Neill, please go and check her out. Everybody should know Barbara O'Neill. The drinks, the healthy lotions, the turmeric and cayenne pepper or ginger and lemon, whatever it may be, the drinks, yeah, they do work. But also, frequency was everything. Frequency is everything. We say it so many times on this channel. If you're a returning viewer, then you'll know. Frequency is everything. From the pyramids being built, to healing ailments, parasites now, everything. Please, check it out. Look it up, in my opinion.
This is exactly why they're trying to ban TikTok, because it's on this app that you find out what the news isn't covering. If you haven't watched my 2 other videos about California rejecting the fire trucks from Oregon, go watch them. But late last night, I received a message from a fireman's wife who wanted to remain anonymous because she did not want hers or her husband's name put out there because of all the shady stuff that's happening in LA. Please don't use my name, but my spouse is currently in LA in an air squadron. They just today got clearance to fly to help put the fires out, but they were all grounded after 30 minutes for no known reason. They have an LA County fire contract, so there should be no reason to ground them as they are based in LA. They aren't wanting these fires to be put out. There's so much going on there, but I'm not even sure you'll read this. And you could read my response if you want. I asked her if I could use this information but blur it out. She said, that's fine. I just don't want him to be connected with this. They are finding out so much that isn't being shared with the media. They were all shocked to be grounded so quickly today. No winds or anything out of the ordinary that would or should have grounded them. Also in the evenings, they are cutting power to the areas that aren't burning yet. Yet, government buildings and sports arenas are lit up.
That looks a bit fishy. All I'm saying is that looks a bit fishy. I don't want to judge and jump to conclusions. I'm sick of doing it. But what do you think? What could it be? Why? Are we all going to agree that something, it feels like there's something in the air brewing? Something not very good for us, but very, very exciting for the powers that be. Because they get some sort of buzz and adrenaline off the suffering of other people. Because they're little leeches, vermin, little creatures. And we don't like them on this channel. That was the last clip. If you've made it this far, we have to leave on a positive note. I'm going to stick some Cody in for you. If you don't know by now, this is Cody, the sound healer. Relax, breathe. Skip over to another video I've done. Just straight through. Like this one, subscribe, skip to the next video, playlist. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.